Hi everyone, this is my journey through schizophrenia and how I cope with it. Well, basically when I was about 13 I started taking some experimenting with drugs, and when I was 16 I come down with psychosis, and well, I was suffering with intruding thoughts, thought everyone knew what I was thinking. I thought my mind was on show, my thoughts were being broadcasted. I suffered like that for quite a long time. I was smoking cannabis at the time as well. For about 3 years I was going on like really suffering really bad. And then I saw a psychologist, and the psychologist helped me out a little bit. He did help me out a little bit. And then after that I got a punch bag, and I started going on my punch. I gave up cannabis and got a punch bag. Started going on my punch bag, and because I was focusing on that and taking all my frustration out of my punch bag and that, and it really helped with it, like just focusing on something. I was literally on it all day long, just focusing on that. And then I moved into shared accommodation from my parents' home, and I started falling apart a bit towards. I was in shared accommodation for about 3 years and started falling apart. I got back into doing drugs and stuff and drinking, and yeah, I was on a heavy dose of medication, really heavy, and I found it very hard to get motivated to do anything really positive. I didn't have anything to sort of focus on or anything, so I was having a really tough time with it. Then then after 3 years of living in shared accommodation, I got my own flat, and basically got into CA, Cocaine Anonymous, and stayed clean of drugs for about 2 years. Started doing some boxing. The boxing really helped. That was good. Took me frustration out and a lot of anger out of me. And then I had a little slip where I started taking some more drugs, and then after that I stopped the drugs and got into some kung fu, and I was doing the kung fu, and that helped a lot as well, helped me focus and take my mind off things and that. Then I started doing some mindfulness. The mindfulness helped quite a lot, really. That helped a lot as well. It was hard doing this stuff though. It was hard getting motivated to doing it all. I had a little change where in my thinking where I just sort of like, I hit rock bottom, and I just thought, oh, got to do something, else I'm just going to fall apart. So anyway, I was doing that, and I was doing really well, and then with the mindfulness, it took me a long time to get sort of anywhere with it, really. I enjoyed doing it when I used to do it, but like I found it hard practicing it when I wasn't actually listening to a recording of it. I found it very hard to practice that way. But gradually, as the years have gone on, I've managed to be able to do it like normally. What I do is I focus on my sight, I focus on the sounds, I focus on the smells, tastes, and my mind, what my mind's doing, how my mind works. That helps a lot with it, how my mind works, and thoughts and feelings, and emotions like sorrow, joy, sadness, happiness, and I'll focus on my body sensations, the perception of my body, perception of how my body feels. Because I found the medication sort of like really affected my body a lot. I felt really odd and sort of out of place and all sort of awkward and different, and just really because I had a very hard time on the medication at the start as well. I had a very hard time on it. I had some bad side effects from it and stuff. But yeah, the mindfulness has helped a hell of a lot recently, because I've started to be able to do it like without listening to a recording. Yeah, now I'm able to talk about my illness a lot. I find it a lot easier to talk about my illness, like the intruding thoughts, the overriding thoughts, the feeling of insecurity, and just like the negative side of the illness. It really got a grip on me before. Like, I found it very hard to talk about it. Like, but now I'm finding it a lot easier to sort of talk about it, and I can express myself with it a bit. I can express myself a bit better now. I do poetry as well. Poetry helps express myself. That helps a lot. Yeah, and basically over the years I've built up a tolerance to my painful thoughts, and I found coping strategies like I've just said, and yeah, the Wushu's helped a lot. Wushu Kung Fu's helped out a lot. I practice the forms. I practice at home as well as I go to my lessons. Practice a lot at home as well, and I go out for runs. Runs helps. Anything that just sort of focuses and takes your mind off things. And I know it's hard to do it when you're really in the throes of it all. But if you'll find that if you sort of push yourself, even if it's just a little bit, even like 10 minutes meditation, 10 minutes meditation, they got them on YouTube, anything like that can sort of help. Just learning how to sit with yourself as well, and sit and cope with these feelings and emotions, all the feelings and emotions that are going on. Just try and sit with them for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just study the way your mind works. Yeah, me and my girlfriend practice Tai Chi. That helps a lot with both of us. That helps. Yeah, I was on a lot of medication before, on a real heavy dose, and I was about 14 stone at one point. I lost a lot of weight since then. I'm on I'm on about 3 milligrams of Risperidone a day now, and it's a lot easier to sort of cope with for me. So it's took me a long time and a lot of practice to get where I'm at. I'm 41 now, and it's basically took me this long to get where I'm at now, and I'm still gradually getting better, is the truth be the fact. Because like with the mindfulness, it takes time. The longer you do it, the better you get at it. So the more you practice it, the better you get at it. So that is my journey through schizophrenia, where I'm at right now with it. And thanks. Bye.